Alright guys, what's up? You guys know me by my alter ego, Taryn Major. I know I haven't posted a video on YouTube since 2022, like officially. I know I kind of put a few shorts up in there, but of actual full-length video I haven't done since 2022. A lot has happened since 2022. I was engaged, I got married. I'm expecting a child by the end of this year, and so a lot of things have happened since then. Light Skin Hour has still been alive throughout everything. If you didn't already notice, or this is your first time hearing it, I do have like an audio only podcast version of this series. It's already out on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. It's actually been out for like the past year now. Audio only, so it's just me giving you like the nitty gritty philosophical like answers, all in audio format. I have 21 episodes out as of today, so they all range between 6 to 8 minutes. My most recent episode is like 8 to 9 minutes, but anyways, you know, it's there. My voice is still here. It's still circulating online on the internet, and I just want to kind of just give people a video because I just know I haven't been in the forefront, and you're kind of wondering like, hey, you know, we had your back when you first started in 2021, where'd you go? And, you know, I just feel like it's fair to be transparent with my audience. You know, what happened was when I was doing the videos, I was just trying to figure out a schedule. I have a real life job outside of this, of course. And so I was just trying to use the off days that I have to make these videos. Well, what happened is I wouldn't be able to fulfill those demands, right? If I had a schedule where I need to release on a Thursday, there was just simply time lost. I couldn't edit on time. I worked with a person and other people, and our schedules just kept conflicting, and it just prevented me from being consistent. So with that being said, I did the audio versions because it only involved me. And I know what I'm capable of. I know what I'm able to do in a timely manner. So me writing a script takes me X amount of time, like an hour or so. And then me just reading it and just, you know, reciting it into a microphone, it's much easier for me to get information and content out there. With the video though, I gotta make sure, you know, the lighting is right, you know, like I look good, like the sound is good, the microphone, the audio is good. And there's just a lot of components that go into that with editing, and I wouldn't be able to release things in a timely manner. I know it sounds like I'm just giving you guys excuses. I just want to be transparent, you know? There is no excuse. Where have I been, right? But as I stated before, engaged the last time you guys saw me on YouTube video. As of post today, we're in 2024 in the month of May. You know, I'm happily married. I love my wife with all my heart. You know, God blessed us with a child. And the gender, I already know the gender, but, you know, we'll announce it next weekend, and then it'll be world news. So, you know, I'm just really excited for what God has blessed my wife and I with. So that's pretty much a little brief synopsis of where I've been. But I'm here, and, you know, the whole Drake and Kendrick beef has kind of been something where like all like my people are kind of contacting me saying like, hey man, like, do you still do Light Skin Hour? Because like I feel like this would be a perfect time to like make a video of the whole beef. And funny enough, I already uploaded my audio version of the beef, but it's gonna be different than the video version. The audio version, I kind of talk about like the introspectiveness, like introspection, which pretty much means like the deeper meaning inside my mind of like what this all means to me. That's what's in the audio version of the podcast. But here in the video version, I'm gonna be more direct with Drake versus Kendrick, kind of like giving you context of how I believe that Drake is still on top, which I know isn't it's not the consensus right now. I get it. Now, I'm just gonna get straight to it. Listen. Beef-wise, as of today, I don't know if it's still going, I don't know if it's still brewing, but as of today, I mean, We have to give it to Kendrick only because of the impact, okay? We all know that there's been lies and hate being spewed on both parties, both sides. No evidence to support either side, so I'm not saying one or the other. I'm just telling you exactly what's happening right now in real time. This was all fun and games, you know, in the beginning. We wanted just to hear Drake rap. We wanted to hear him out rap Kendrick. We all know Kendrick can rap. We all know that he can get deep and dark and gritty. We all know that. Like, we didn't expect a Kendrick response to be weak. We just wanted him to respond. We wanted homie to respond. He responded, which is great. But we didn't expect the other tracks right after those, after that first one, Euphoria. So, you know, with that being said, what I don't like is the lies and the hate that's been spewed, right? So as a Drake fan, I just want to address a couple things, right? Drake, if you're an actual Drake fan, I'm not talking about like, oh yeah, you listen to him just because like that's popular to do. I'm talking like, yo, late nights, you know, whether you're being litty, whether you're inebriated, whatever the situation may be, like Drake be hitting, you know, like certain tracks, certain songs, certain albums. And honestly, from like, I'm just gonna talk about recent. We're talking Certified Lover Boy, Honestly Nevermind, Her Loss, and of course For All the Dogs. Now that was a trilogy plus one, and I truly feel that it was very important that we understand that Drake has always been very transparent with his fans. Now, if we go back to Certified Lover Boy, there's a song called, I can't say it, but Effing Fans, literally, like it's towards the end of the album. And Drake tells you like, hey, yeah, you know, I get a little freaky, like there's women that I mess with that like people wouldn't really understand. And I think that like, you know, it's easy ammo. You can easily take that and twist it to like something darker. And it's just like, no, like Drake is just simply giving you what his preferences are. And yeah, I get it. He's pushing 40. Why are you still talking to women in their 20s? But like, hey, like it's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not supporting one or the other. I don't want my face being tagged into any type of headlines or anything like that. I'm just simply giving like, hey, Drake has always been transparent with his audience. That's why these accusations, like, in my opinion, it's simply, I understand where it's coming from, but it's still exaggerated. Like, Drake likes younger women in their 20s. We're not talking children. We're talking just women in their 20s, okay? And I'm not going to go down the rabbit hole of like, hey, yeah, all these receipts that Drake did with the girl on stage back in 2010 and the mystery 11-year-old daughter from 2015 that was born in 2013 that maybe is actually Drake's child, but it was kind of like, you know, like shushed and like, ooh, NDA, whatever. And it's just like, you know, what I find damning about all of this is that people are just, I think they just love the negativity, the hate for all of it. And now it's come to a point where like we're not even like rapping anymore. We're just saying like the nastiest things that we could say to you and just ruin your whole legacy. I don't want Drake's legacy to be tarnished. I respect both artists. I am both a Drake and a Kendrick fan. I said in my audio only podcast that like they can coexist with each other. They are able to be rappers in their own light. We know Kendrick's a more introspective, more deeper, like lyrical artist. And we know Drake is the more overall, but if he wants to get in those bags, he can, and he kills it. So both can exist at the same time, but of course, the nature of hip hop and rap, it's a matter of like, hey, nah, we gotta get to the jugular. Someone's gotta go down. Now we got people getting shot at Drake's residence, at Weeknd's residence, at, well, I don't know. LA is just doing their little dance with the whole Not Like Us movement, but you know, I just wanted to kind of just say like, hey, I don't want to believe those things, and the thing is, you know, God talks about this. It's why you're not supposed to have idols. You know, God warns us about this because man is not perfect, right? The number one thing about God is that he never changes. You're not going to find no beef about God. You're not going to find no evidence of like God doing some weird stuff. No, you're not going to find that. God is God, right? But with man, you're always going to find skeletons in the closet. You know this. We all know this. So naturally, that's just simply being taken advantage of. And that's the part that I just simply don't like. Drake could have had the narrative of like, yeah, I fed the mole. Y'all thought I had a mole, but nah, actually, I purposely let this person act like he's the mole, giving the information back and forth. And it's just like, bruh, y'all are just getting way too deep into this. And that would be amazing if that's exactly what happened, but we don't know. It's all speculation in the air. You know, you got Joe Budden dancing on Drake's grave. You got academics depressed and trying to justify everything. You got me in the middle just being like, yo, I'm a huge Drake fan. If you ask me to pick one or the other, I'm on Drake's side. I respect Kendrick still, but like I'm on Drake's side. But honestly, Drake's side right now is like it's tough. But as a true fan, I'm still standing by him. You know, y'all. I'm gonna say this. Y'all did the same thing to Michael Jackson, right? And I'm gonna leave it at that. With the accusations and all. And you know, hey, that's the part about idolizing people, right? You don't want your image of that person being tarnished or desecrated, like in the way that Drake is attempting to be, right? They're trying to label him things that I'm not gonna say, but you guys know what he's being accused of, and it's just a matter of like, yo, come on, man, like I thought we were rapping. I thought we were just trying to figure out who was the better rapper. We already know it was Kendrick, but we just thought, when Drake really wants to get in that bag, sometimes he can really impress. That's all that we really wanted. So when it turned into this whole slander and hate and just spewing like, domestic violence and child endangerment and words that I'm not gonna say, then it becomes a situation to where like, it's not fun anymore. Y'all are turning this dark and it's scary. And it's funny because Drake has a whole thing called Scary Hours. He could do a whole EP if he wanted to. But anyways, I just wanted to give context that like Drake has a legacy and nobody wants to give him his flowers until it's too late. And it's just how it goes. It's how it goes. That's how humanity works. So Drake, if you happen to stumble upon this video, listen, dude. Just like what Eminem said, what Jay-Z said to you in those songs that I see in Twitter and all that, like, Drake, they're gonna come after you next because you're so big and this and that. Man, it's just what it is. But just know your true fans out here. We respect you. We still respect the craft. I'm still gonna listen to your music. I don't care what the people say. I don't care what the people dance to. I pray that you and your team, I can't talk. I pray that you and your team are safe. Same with all the other sides. Like, come on, like this is getting ridiculous. We don't need people being shot at, security guards, being in the ICU or in critical condition. Like we don't need all of that. Like that's not what this was supposed to turn into. But in a weird way, I think people like that it's turned into this. Like they're trying to relive the Tupac and Biggie days. I don't know. But I was just here for the raps. Y'all are here for the beatings and the death, and at that point, I'm out. But with that being said, hey, if you guys want more videos from me, let me know in the comments below. But I wanted to at least address my absence and just know, hey, I'm still here. I'm still out here doing my grind, doing my thing. God has been blessing me. God is so good. And if you want to get more of a deeper dive of like where my mindset has kind of been and where it's turned into, check me out on LSH Presents Podcast. You're going to find that on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Just go in the search bar and type in LSH space presents, and you're going to find me easily. I changed the cover art too. It used to look like this. This was drawn by Jeff. Much kudos and respect to him. Just want to switch up the cover art just to give a refresh look. Been using the same thing for about 3 years now, so want to just give it a fresher look. But with that being said, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you still being subscribed. You didn't fall off. Maybe you forgot I was here, but I'm here. And hopefully I delivered a video that you all can enjoy, okay? So with that being said, I'll see you next time. Check me out on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and I'm here on YouTube. Peace.